Hi and welcome. In this Simplifier tutorial, we will integrate an Outlook calendar via our REST connector and use the data in an application. Before we start, let me give you an overview about the data flow really quick. We will use Entra ID as the identity provider to obtain valid Microsoft credentials. Then, using the same token, we will have access via the Graph API and are able to extract the calendar items. To set up Entra ID as the identity provider, we have a written guide in our documentation on our community page. Depending on the type of calendar the event is in and the permission type requested, certain permissions are required to call this API. Explaining this in detail would go beyond the scope of this tutorial. For further information, we kindly refer to the official Microsoft Graph API documentation. Be aware, the Microsoft Graph API needs to be reachable from your current Simplifier installation. So, consider to open firewalls and check other security measurements in your network that might interfere with your access. Before you can test the integration, you need to be logged in via MS Entra ID into the Simplifier administration app. Now let's create the backend authentication via a single sign-on for Entra ID. Go to the login overview and add a new login method. Give the login method a suitable name and description. As the method type, select OAuth 2.0 and choose your preferred pre-configured identity management system. In our case, Entra ID. Click Save and close the dialog. OK, with all the prerequisites defined, we are now creating a new REST connector for reading a list of calendar events. Enter a name and description for the connector. For our active endpoint, we are choosing the custom option. We add the Microsoft Graph endpoint in the endpoint URL field and choose our previously created login method for authentication. Our connector wizard automatically creates the connector call for applications like Outlook, SharePoint, etc. You only need the API definition in the OpenAPI format and select the me/events operation. After creating the call, we need to test the call to ensure it works properly. We want to read all upcoming events from an Outlook calendar. We successfully got the list of events back, and by that we have integrated Microsoft Office 365 into Simplifier. Thank you for watching this tutorial. See you in the next one. Stay awesome.